Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and get ready for another edition of Worthless Sports Card Breaks.
Hey guys, welcome to the first edition of our Worthless Sports Card Breaks. I figured it'd be pretty cool and fun to do something Halloween themed. Well, keeping us safe and sound from all of the ghosts and goblins is going to be this rookie card of Randy Arozarena from Topps. But also we have the Randy Arozarena Bowman 2020. We'll keep that safe and sound. I've also got some paperweights over here. You might notice them as complete replicas of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl championship, the last, or first, I should say, Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup, and the Rays American League ring. And so what's cool is that, of course we're going to get a couple more rings in the future from the Lightning and the Rays. But I thought it would be pretty fun and cool to talk about a promotion that happened when I was a kid. And that is, of course, the Coca-Cola Monsters of the Gridiron set. These were really cool. They were a promotion by Coca-Cola in 1993 and 1994. And what you had to do is you would buy like a 12-pack of Coke, or you'd have the bottles of Coke, and on the cap on the inside would be a little entry code, or inside of the 12-pack you'd have a card with an entry code. So what you do is you dial the 1-800 number, and one of the NFL players would tell you if you had won or lost. And so it was like in a creepy voice, they'd say, "Ooh, you didn't win, but you're always a winner with Coca-Cola," or some other kind of promotional consideration in there. But these were distributed overall as a set at the Super Bowl. So this whole set here in 1993 was given out at the Super Bowl. Or if you were opening a 12-pack of Coca-Cola, you could have got a little 2-pack of cards. There was some say 2, some say 3. I remember it as a 2-pack, but there's a 2-pack of cards, and it would have a couple of the whole set. Inside the set, you've got about there's 30 cards in the 1993 version. And this is a complete unopened set that I got off eBay here. And then in the 94 edition, there was 31 cards, if I remember. Well, we're about to find out. So in this set that was given out at the Super Bowl, you did not have the Panthers or Jaguars in the set, because they were brand new teams. They were about to be expansion teams. They didn't have any players, but they tried to include them in the 1994 edition with just the logo of the team. So the idea here is that you've got one player from every team in the NFL, but as we'll see here in a few, it's not just a regular picture of them. It is each NFL player dressed up as a monster, a creation, right? So a lot of these players have their natural nickname, and they are kind of taking those to the extreme, and this was the early 90s. Everything was to the extreme, and so this is pretty fun. Some people remember these less fondly than I do. I thought these were the coolest thing when I was a kid. And so I tried to collect them all. I only had about 12 or 13 of these. So, of course, nostalgia hits. And I thought it'd be fun to go back and buy a couple of these sets and put them on a cool little video. So let's start with the 1993 edition of these cards. And so you've got this little plastic here. We'll see. I don't think they're in order, and the way that they did these is, what's this? So they're kind of in order backwards. Here's the first is the checklist. Here's the Monsters of the Gridiron by Coca-Cola. And here's your complete checklist. So I'll have that off to the side here. But if we go backwards from the team set, the first one is Big Bear Cornelius Bennett. And that is from the Buffalo Bills. Cornelius Bennett here. Yeah, so you could see he's a Big Bear. So he's dressed up as a bear. Ferocious defender. This is awesome. So here's Cornelius Bennett. Then there was Terrell Buckley. He's as Tiger Terrell Buckley from the Green Bay Packers. I mean, look at these things. These are like nightmare fuel come to life. And this is why some people don't like these, because they're super corny. I mean, yeah, they are super corny. Here's Tony Casillas of the he's the Count, right? Here's the Count. He's got his little star, little cowboy star as a little amulet. Oh my God, look at these things. These are like, it's it's so 90s though. You know, you'd have these posters of the players in like kind of fanatical ways. Here's Reggie Cobb, Crossbones for the Kansas City Chiefs. Marco Coleman, he's Cobra. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. He's These are phenomenal. Look, he's just standing there. It's like he's got his little cobra claws, like cobras have arms now, and he's got little fangs. Oh, it's phenomenal. Here's Shane Conlon is Conlon the Barbarian, right? He's got his rams. Oh my God, he's got his rams heads and a big shield with his number on it. Phenomenal. Now, here's cool. Here's cool. Randall Cunningham. What was the epitome of cool in 1993 was Randall Cunningham, who's a quarterback for the Eagles. And here's him sitting like he's at school day in middle school here. Here's Rocket Man. Now, what's cool is you will see a little bit of overlap between the 93 edition and the 94 edition. Technically, they were both put out, or at least these were both, the pictures were all taken at the same time. So you'll see a lot of overlap, but there are a couple different ones. Here's Chris Dolman as Dr. Doomsday. And now this is pretty cool. He's got his little Coca-Cola. See a little tie-in right there, Coca-Cola. Yeah, let's see, what was... Yeah, Chris Dolman, big guy in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of sacks. There's Chris Dolman. Then Steve Imptman as Beastman for the Lions. Now, yeah, you could see they're kind of trying to implement all these team names and ideas into the players, right? When there's really nothing, if the individual player doesn't have a nickname, they're kind of going with, like, you can see that with the Lions and, you know, there's a couple other guys, I'm sure, when the Browns come up. But Michael Haynes is up next. He is from the Atlanta Falcons, and he is known as the Moonlight Flyer. Here's the Moonlight Flyer, and this is, you know, at the time, like, I'm a big professional wrestling fan, and so at the time there was a character named Papa Shango, or at least he was about to be introduced. And this gives me a lot of that, like, kind of New Orleans voodoo vibe. Yeah, I mean, these, like I said, some are more corny than others, but oh man, I mean, this is complete 90s nostalgia here for me. Here's Harold Green, a big running back for the Bengals, and he's the slime. Is the slime. Oh my God. See, like, the Bengals could have done something with the whole tiger theme, but no, here's more of a kind of a toxic Avenger, which would have been topical at the time too. He's got slime all over his face. This had to be a pretty fun photo shoot for a lot of guys. Here is rookie Garrison Hurst as the Hearse. The Hearse, Garrison Hurst. And so I'm trying to think, he's like dragging, it's like he's dragging a boat. It's kind of weird. But here's Garrison Hurst here in a giant trench coat pulling on a boat, and it makes no sense at all, but let's see. Then here's Craig Hayward for the Chicago Bears, and he is Ironhead. Oh my God, look at this. It's like he's like holding he's holding a rectangular just a very very edgy football. Meanwhile, he's got iron pants on, and he's got like a fake armor. These are great. These are the best. Here's Ricky Jackson. Ricky Jackson for the New Orleans Saints here is the Jackal. It's more of kind of a wolf man crying out, the Jackal. All right. Joe Jacoby as Frankenstein. Pretty, I guess this is one of the most tamest of all of them. It's just literally like him and bigger shoulder pads, I guess, with no face mask, and he's just kind of a dead look on his face. Sean Jones, Houston Oilers were the team back in the day, and he is the Ghost. The Ghost. Or kind of the the Ghost. He looks more like the Ghost Bride here with his like a veil over him. All right. Cortez Kennedy. Oh, man. Big defensive stalwart of the 90s here for the Seattle Seahawks. And he's the Tez Rex. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Tex Rex. This is like... he's got like here's the idea. Okay, Cortez, we're going to make you a ferocious... just a big Tyrannosaurus Rex. You're going to be the biggest T-Rex guy in the NFL. And then in reality, it just looks like they put some gardening hose around his waist there. Here's, Howie Long. I mean, what's more 80s and 90s than Howie Long of the Raiders? And Howie here is Howlie Long with his fangs and his ears. He's the Wolfman howling. Howie Long. Oh, man. Then we get New York Jets Ronnie Lott. Now, Ronnie Lott, one of the most fiercest safeties in the game, played with the Niners and the Raiders and the Jets here. Now, see, this is how you do a snake near the cobra. Oh, my God, where's the cobra? I gotta find the cobra. All right, so... if you were a snake, which one of these snakes would you think is more fearsome? It's got to be Ronnie Lott. Oh, the cobra. The cobra. I love it. Then the Denver Broncos had one of the best linebackers of all time, one of the guys who they could put in many different positions. You never knew where he was going to come from, and that is the Midnight Marauder, Carl Mecklenburg. Another one of these that I think are the least inspiring of all of them. I mean, it's kind of like the Mummy meets, Count Dracula kind of thing. He's got a cape, and he's just kind of a mummy zombie guy. But, all in all, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Here's Neil O'Donnell, the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he is the Night Raider. Neil O'Donnell. He's got like I was like, is that flames or a chef's hat or something on the top there? And and like, what's up with that cod piece? I don't know. Neil O'Donnell. Now here's Tom Rathman, who is known as Psycho Tom Rathman. Here we go. Now here's a guy getting into the spirit of this, right? He's got his eyes all crazy. Like Randall Cunningham just kind of sat there with the Rocket Man. He just kind of sat there like it was his school picture. Here, this Psycho, he's getting into it a little bit. Tattered jersey. Yeah, man. See, that's good. Coming up next, another 90s stalwart, and that is Junior Seau as Stealth. Junior Seau. One of the most feared linebackers in the 90s for the Chargers. Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith is the Lone Star Sheriff. And here he is with his, he's got like his iron football and his iron cowboy hat. But this is cool. This is like, you're utilizing the team name and actually the kind of the design of the team jersey. And yeah, it's kind of all in all going here. Next up, Pat Swilling for the Lions here. And he's chilling Pat Swilling, and he's chilling. He's got his Coca-Cola. He's got his cat in the background meowing at him. He's got everything here. Oh, he's got his ice coming off of here. We're just about a year or so away from the Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Freeze in the Batman movie, but chilling Pat Swilling, he's got it down pat. They might have copied him here as I throw him across the screen here. Chilling Pat Swilling, they might have copied him for Mr. Freeze. I don't know. Another Hall of Famer here's Lawrence Taylor of the Giants. Six gun Lawrence Taylor. Huge defensive presence for the Giants here. But, again, they're just kind of throwing a guy in a trench coat. Who knows? Now I'm hoping here. Here's Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas of the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, man. How did you do Derek so dirty here? Attack cat Derek Thomas. How did you do him so dirty? Oh, it's just, he's just standing there like, I'm getting paid for this, right? Moving on. Here's Andre the Terrible. Andre Tippett for the New England Patriots. Andre the Terrible going on. He's got his shield. He's got his, is that a bow? Yeah, he's got his bow. He's got a bow and arrow. Super Halloween themed here, guys. All right. And then last but not least, here is another example of them taking the team name and kind of utilizing that. And this is Bad Bone, Eric Turner of the Cleveland Browns. Bad Bone. He's holding the bone. He's holding the chain. He's like, there are guys who actually would dress up in the dog pound that look better than this. But, so that's the 93 set. Now, there's a lot of crossover in the 94 set. Here, I'll just kind of cut that open. We'll see a couple more. In the 94 set, now they're to be honest, they're both. If you see if I can get this on the camera. A little out of focus, but on the cards they actually do say 1994. So they were given out at the Super Bowl, and then the 94 version has a few different players. And, of course, it should have, I'm hoping, inside this unopened set, it should have the first Panthers and Jaguars, but they're just the logos. So here's the wrapper here. Oh, way better set than just the, piece of plastic here. But, yeah, here you go. This is a 30-card set. So I was wrong. 30 cards. So the checklist included in that number, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping there's 31 cards with the checklist. We'll put that there. And so they're kind of stuck together as a lot of these. They put that little glossiness on the cards in a lot of these 90 sets. So when you're getting them 30 years down the road, the cards are they all stick together. And so, well, yeah, you can hear they're all kind of just chunked together. So I'll put these kind of in order. Now, a big difference is the overall design, and that was the big difference. Other than maybe a couple different, well, more than a couple different guys are different in this set. Some of the guys are the same but have different photos. But we'll show you the front here in a second, and you notice that a lot of these are just the picture. You know, it's a cool photo, and it's a cool like poster version, where these are more of your traditional sports card look to them. All right, cool. So like I said, so if we take a look at Lawrence Taylor here, you know, Lawrence Taylor's it's just the picture with the Coca-Cola Monsters, the gridiron in the corner here. So the first one we'll look up is Eric the Red. And so now you can see there's a border. There's a whole different, it has the name in the front of the creature name, NFL logo, Coca-Cola. So the first card is our checklist. Gotta love the checklist. Here's the last edition, and here's this edition, where you've got the names of the guys, and the way they put these in order. In 93, they were in alphabetical order. In 94, they were in team alphabetical order. So the first up, Arizona Cardinals, Eric the Red, Eric Swan. And so Eric Swan's Eric the Red here, wearing this like giant Cardinals headpiece, and he's got a sword. Like it's kind of a Viking meets bird theme. Then you had Jesse the Tarantula Tuggle for the for the Atlanta Falcons. And here we go. I mean, this is one of the iconic cards that I had as a kid. Just you get these larger than life depictions of these NFL guys, and this is what really turned me on to the set. And this is the set that I collected as a kid. I didn't really know about the 93 set where it was just the pictures of the guys until, you know, you start doing some research. And even then, the 93 set doesn't really pop up on eBay that much. You can find the 94 set pretty commonly, and you can get these for less than $10. So if you're feeling nostalgic after watching this video, you know, you don't have to spend $1 million for these. Here's Cornelius Bennett of the Buffalo Bills. Now Cornelius Bennett was in the last set, and here's Big Bear, just a different version of that same picture there. Then we've got, oh, here we go. So this is the Carolina Panthers, and they just had a kind of a drawing of a panther in a tattered jersey. It's just kind of a Halloween theme depiction of the panther. Super scary, super scary. Here's a different for the Chicago Bears. This year they went with Chris Zorro. So here he is with his his hat and his sash and his little Zorro sword. Phenomenal. For the Bengals, they changed up to Big Daddy Dan Wilkinson. Now, Big Daddy's got his short shorts on. Big Daddy's got his he broke out of his chains, and he's wearing his finest lime green wig. So Big Daddy, don't know what he was doing when he broke out of captivity with his short shorts on, but here you go. Next up, Eric Turner, Bad Bones. So this is same picture, same guy from the other set. Eric Turner, Bad Bone. Same story here with the Lone Star Sheriff, Emmitt Smith. It's the same photo overall. He's got his iron hat. He's got his iron ball, but just a different design here. A different guy for the Denver Broncos instead of Carl Mecklenburg. It is the Bandit, Steve Atwater. Now the Bandit here, he's got his finger guns pointed. He's wearing his finest cow chaps on, and he's got a sheriff's hat over the helmet. Oh, what did they do to you, Steve? One of the he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the all-time greats at safety, and the Monsters killing it. Now, here's chillin' Pat Swillen all over again. A little different photo here. He isn't pushing the cart with the Coca-Cola inside of it, but he's still cold, ice cold. Sean Jones, the Ghost. Same. Now, see, this makes him look less of a bride and more of a ghost. Here we go. Way better picture. Cool to zoom out on him a little bit and kind of see all of the ghostly, mummy-like, the ghostly things kind of tattering in the wind. Much better. A different guy for the Houston Oilers is Ray Childress, and this is Ray Childress is the Scarecrow. He's got his scarecrow with a staff or like a hay rake. Yeah, there you go. It's like a pitchfork. It has a little pitchfork, and that's cool. It has nothing to do with the Oilers, but that's cool. And I don't remember if Ray Childress was called the Scarecrow, but see, that's a cool little Halloween themed. Marshall Faulk is the Missile. Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk here for the Indianapolis Colts. He's the Missile. Oh, you know what? I didn't notice. They had the little 75th anniversary patches on all these guys, so that's cool. I remember that being a big deal when I was a kid. I was like, oh, they're wearing patches for this special season. Our second expansion team is the Jaguars. Here's the Jaguar jumping in his yoga pants with his tail kicked out. That was the first logo, is just that leaping jaguar. Like, let's see if they have it on the back of the helmet here. It's that leaping jaguar, and they just tried to give him a tattered jersey, or he's given the bro cut at the gym here. Attack Cat Derek Thomas makes a second appearance here. Way better picture, although it still is not really frightening as it is just demoralizing. I hope he got paid a lot for this. The Raiders, instead of Howlin' Howie Long here, they've got Chester McLaughlin, and he is the Renegade Raider. Now, this is pretty cool with like the quilted design. Yeah, see, like, that's all right. He's look at his face. He's really not into it, but all in all, that's all right for what we're doing here. Shane Conlon of the Los Angeles Rams, the first edition of the Los Angeles Rams, the Barbarian, and here he is, slightly different than the other picture in the other set. Oh my God, here's Marco Coleman, the Cobra. Now see, here we go. Now this is way better of a picture for the Cobra. The other Cobra is kind of depressed, and it's almost like that picture was taken in between takes. Here's the Cobra, at least with his fang gloves on, and he's got his fangs in his mouth, and he's given a little bit more of a menacing look, and this is cool. That's the Cobra that I would pick. The other one was just a dude standing with his hands at the side. Now, someone who was just scary in and of himself, and that was this John Randall of the Minnesota Vikings, and here is the runaway train, John Randall. Yeah. Now, he's got the steam coming out of his boots. You took a guy who was already just a monster, and he would wear like all this eye black, and he would make himself look crazy on game day, and then you made him the locomotive. He's the little engine that could. A different guy here for the Patriots, Bruce, the pile driver. Now here we go. Here we go, buddy. Here's a guy. He's got these clamps on his hands and lights on his head. Now here we go. This is this is kind of taking what I'm looking for this whole set. You know, you take a name like the Pile Driver and the character. It's almost like pro wrestling. Like all these guys are kind of like exaggerated versions. That's pretty cool. A different guy for the New Orleans Saints, and that is Raging Ronaldo Turnbull. Now, this is cool. This is taking, obviously, Turnbull as his name and making that into the Raging Bull. Like, that's fun, and that's exciting. And he's got the horn through the football there. For the Giants, we changed it up. This is Jumbo John Elliott, who looks like he's just kind of relaxing. He's not really raging. He's got the same coat, looks like, that Lawrence Taylor was wearing in the other photo shoot. Just a giant. Here's the Jumbo. The Jumbo is that helmet right there. Big brain on Jumbo John Elliott. The Rattler Ronnie Lott, same photo from the other edition here, but still cool, man. Ronnie Lott. Now, here's the Rocket Man, Randall Cunningham. Oh, man, he was not inspired to do this at all. The Rocket Man, Randall Cunningham, with his second. But it's still a little better, I guess, than the other. At least he's more of an action pose this time. But Randall was not having a good day. Neil O'Donnell makes his appearance. This is kind of just a zoomed-in version of the other picture. Neil O'Donnell, the Night Raider. Same story. This is Junior Seau. Same photo, which is a good photo. It's a decent photo of here. But this would have been collected by tons of kids back then. Psycho Tom Rathman. Same photo. Now they're doing a little bit more in the background. But Psycho Tom Rathman. You know, why mess with a good thing? It already looked pretty good. Here comes the Tez Rex. Cortez Kennedy. Now, at least in this picture, you see more of the T-Rex tail here, but he's still got the moon boots on. He still has the gardening hose around his waist, and yeah, buddy. Oh man, I'm so happy that we opened these up. For Tampa Bay Bucks here, our hometown Bucks. Here is the hyena, Hardy Nickerson, right? Nickerson was a big time linebacker here. Here's the hyena, Hardy Nickerson, for our Tampa Bay Bucks. Oh man! And then last but definitely not least is for Washington, the Jackhammer, Ken Harvey. And here's the Jackhammer at work. Now this is more of a profession than it is anything else, and not as super scary, but all in all, my God. So you got to think, what's the best ones? Like, Psycho, the Rattler. Now the 93 version of the Rattler, probably way better. Let's see, who else do we got here? If I had to pick, oh my God, it's Tez Rex, the Bride, the Ghost. Oh man, I mean, okay, Slime. I mean, here's Harold Green. Slime has to be like the weirdest and coolest out of that set. Some of these are just cool photos. I'm sorry, I said Chiefs. Reggie Cobb. That is Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The photo, the coloring's a little off, but oh man. I'm glad we got these. This was fun. But Slime's got to be the best out of the first set. I'll put these over here. So who is the best out of this set? Hardy Nickerson, Tez Rex. Rattler looks pretty good. Raging Bull, Pile Driver's up there. Cobra looks way better this time. Attack Cat, the Missile. Scarecrow's pretty cool. Ghost looks way better in this set. The Bandit, the Bad Bone. Big Daddy's nowhere near the top of the list here. Big Bear. Oh, it's got to be Tarantula. It's got to be Tarantula. So that's my vote. 93, my guy Slime is the winner. 94, it's got to be the Tarantula, Jesse Tuggle. Well, I hope that was as fun for you. Happy Halloween, guys. From all of us at RBLR Sports, we hope you have a fun and safe Halloween, and we will see you in the future with a lot of more card breaks and cool stuff here at Worthless Sports Card Breaks. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a safe Halloween. See you later.
Thank you for tuning into this presentation by RBLR Sports. On your way out of the stadium, please remember to like and subscribe.